skies now are clearing out behind it. You can see just a little bit of leftover cloud cover down south, maybe a few sprinkles and light rain showers remaining across far south central New Mexico, but overall things have cleared out, and as we go through the day we will see fewer storms around. We have drier air pushing its way in. Dew points, this is how we measure how much moisture is in the air, and during monsoon season we're tracking these in the entire season, and right now we've dropped. We've been in the 50s for quite a bit of time, and now we're in the upper 40s, and that's kind of the threshold. You don't want to drop too much lower than that. When you do, that's when you really start to dry out, and up in the Four Corners we're in the mid 30s there, so we're not going to see much in the way of storm activity up in the Four Corners. Albuquerque will be hard pressed to get storms going too. Eastern New Mexico still looking pretty decent, low to mid 60s, so we'll have that chance for maybe a storm or two in that area, and then down towards Silver City in the higher terrain there we'll have some storms popping up. But we're going to need the higher terrain and the moisture to really get things going, so we're not going to see a whole lot of thunderstorm activity for this afternoon. So basically very spotty activity, primarily focusing up in the northern mountains, and then northeast, east central parts of the state could see a few storms for us this afternoon. And then going into the weekend, we're going to continue with that trend. We'll see high pressure move a bit, and so that could shift the focus a little bit more towards central New Mexico, right along the central mountain chain, northern mountains, and we'll try to get a little more moisture into the western part of the state with a few spot storms possible there, but not a big moisture trend as we go into the weekend. Next week, it looks like things will kind of shape back up for us to get back into that typical monsoonal flow where high pressure gets out of here and we get that moisture coming in across central and western New Mexico, bringing us much more activity as far as showers and storms go. So for now, for the next few days, we're going to be looking at temperatures going up and fewer storms around. Highs today above average. We're going to be at 93 in Albuquerque, mid 90s in the southeast, and up into the northern part of the state. Temperatures there in the mid 80s. As we go towards Saturday, same thing. Sunday, that's when we start to get some of that moisture moving in, and that's when we'll start to see the temperatures come back down a little bit. Here's a look at your forecast for southern Colorado, and we're looking at mostly sunny skies for today. Not going to be talking storms here. It's very, very dry. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 80s for Durango over the next few days, so quite warm too. And then Sunday, more moisture, and we'll see more storms around going into early next week. Same thing for the northwest, quite warm for the next few days, and then we'll try to cool things off a bit for early next week. Down in the southwest, slight chance for a few storms for the Gila and the higher terrain. That's going to be about it for us. Silver City, storm chances fairly slim as we go through the next few days, but we'll see a few stray storms popping up here and there, just a little bit of remaining moisture down in the southeast. We may see a few stray storms popping up here this afternoon, but we're not going to see a whole lot of activity, and it's going to stay mainly dry for next week. As for the northeast, more scattered thunderstorms, not as many as we saw yesterday. Highs today in the mid 80s for Las Vegas. Storms shouldn't be as strong, but we still could see the possibility of hail and gusty winds in any storms that do develop. Northern mountains, fewer storms for us today and tomorrow, with an uptick for next week. Santa Fe looking at better storm chances next week too. East mountains, just a slight chance for a storm with highs in the mid to upper 80s, and for the metro area, a mix of sun and clouds, low to mid 90s. We'll really be hard pressed to get any storms going here today. Looking a little better for the weekend, and next week looks better too as we start to get some more moisture in and we start to cool things off back to the mid to upper 80s. For now, it is going to be all about the heat.
Yeah, but